Feature presentation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Focus Testing, a podcast about movies where we make a movie. My name is Tristan Miller, and joining me today is Clara Olshansky. How you doing?
Hi. Not bad. I mean, as I have COVID, but other than that, not bad.
Other than the perpetual state of that,
Yeah,
feeling okay though? Doing
feeling all right.
Okay, that's good. I would
Yeah.
hate for this to be a burden on you.
No, all good.
Good.
Kind of a perfect time for Zoom activities.
That's fair. That is, you're getting like a retro style.
Yeah, 2020, the 2020 treatment.
For sure. I had it a couple of months ago, and I did like download TikTok again. I was like, I gotta relive it. I gotta go back.
Oh yeah, I've been watching too many reels. It's bad.
It's bad. So do you remember the first movie you saw in the cinema growing up?
No,
Well, okay, let me rephrase. What's the first movie you remember seeing in the cinema? That's what I mean to say.
yeah. I mean, I might have seen the first Pokemon movie in the
Hell
movie
yeah.
theater. That would
Uh-huh.
have been a fairly early one.
Mm-hmm. And what was that experience like?
I think just so excited. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was just like, wow, it's like Pokemon, which already feels so big for me, but it's even bigger.
It's physically larger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which made it emotionally larger.
That's
Usually we just watch Pokemon in our house, in our apartment, but this time we have gone out to go to a place where they're showing Pokemon on a big screen.
That's excellent. Yeah. I mean, dare I say it, there's something special about going to the movies.
Yeah,
And it
and
feels
nobody's talking about it.
no one's talking about it at all. It's a completely unique notion I've come up with.
Yeah.
It's not been a source of massive amounts of debate. Well, that's lovely. That's a lovely film to remember. For seeing. Were you a big Pokemon fan growing up until that point as well?
Yeah, until the point when it got too exhausting to keep up. My first, I guess I must have been. Yes. I was trying to think if I didn't get into Pokemon until I got my Game Boy, but no, I was into Pokemon before that, which was why I was excited to get my Game Boy.
That makes sense. 100%. I did not grow up playing the Pokemon games. The only Pokemon game, there's two, I guess. There's Pokemon Go, which I have been told does not count. And
I'm not a purist. I ducked out too early to be throwing around opinions.
that's true. And then also the Let's Go, which was also not.
There's Pokemon Go and there's Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah, it's like for the Switch. It's like a continue. Okay. Anyway, this is not a podcast about video games. Go to Polygon for that. This is a podcast about film and making up a movie. What's your favorite snack to eat at the movie theater?
I think just popcorn. I know that sucks. Earlier today, I was like, I finally I mean, it's like not exciting.
Okay.
I finally had a moment today of like, how did popcorn become the movie theater snack? And I really went down that rabbit hole.
I just watched a video on that too. It's really fascinating.
It was exactly what I would have guessed, a combination of technology, agricultural factors, and broader global trends.
Yeah, actually, I would imagine how most things become things.
Yeah.
But
some things, like disco balls, become things because one place that's really cool has them, and then everyone else wants to be like that place that's really cool. So that was my other guess.
That is true. I hadn't considered disco balls in this equation. You are correct. If it makes you feel any better, recently Marty Scorsese was like, "What's your favorite go-to snack?" And he's like, "Popcorn." What are you talking about? Of course, it's popcorn. You don't have to think about it. You just put it in. Why are you asking me? So if that makes you feel any better, or if it makes you feel worse, I'm sorry. Okay, good.
If there's one guy who knows movies.
That's true. As he will tell you that he's the one guy, which is how you know.
Yeah.
It's true. So I have some other like kind of movie trivia questions here for you.
Okay.
The first one is, what is movie?
What is movie?
Yes. What is movie?
Moving picture.
Okay.
Uh, a series of images played in succession.
Now, when you say in succession, do you mean in the television show or do you
Yeah, yes, I mean a series of images played in the television show Succession. If it's not referenced in Succession, it doesn't count in the cinematic canon.
Okay. I thought that's what I thought you were trying to say, and that
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
makes sense, and I'm glad that, of course I agree, and so does Marty Scorsese.
yeah.
Um Speaking of, do you think Marvel movies are theme parks?
Do I think Marvel movies are theme parks?
Yeah. Do you think they have any value? That's not a it's a very dated question. Never mind. Um I think this one might be good for you.
Okay.
What is
Uh-huh.
my favorite movie?
Home Alone 2.
Here's the thing, you're not right, but you're not wrong.
What is your favorite movie?
Oh, I often say I'll never tell, but I have told previously. But I want to yes and the Home Alone thing a little bit more because yes, of course it's my favorite movie because it has my president in it. No,
Exactly.
yeah, that is the other reason. No, it's this great film by John Cassavetes called A Woman Under the Influence. It's really great. Stars Peter Falk and Gina Rollins. What a picture. Um, from which actor would you like to steal a car?
I mean, I gotta say Seinfeld because, like, it would be a nice car, and he couldn't miss it that much.
Well, I have my coffee. Where's my car?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like,
yeah. He has so many of them.
he has so many of them. And I
He
will say,
doesn't need it.
he doesn't need it. And I'll say this, you calling him an actor, very generous. I think the man has acted.
You're right. Yeah, he has spoken words written for him.
Yes.
He's spoken words written for him to have to do the least acting possible.
Yes. Correct. Absolutely. 100%.
I don't know
Um,
enough about other celebrities' car collections to know who else wouldn't miss one.
I mean, you got Jay Leno, I guess. You
Okay.
got
You'd call him an actor?
No, I wouldn't. Someone did also bring up Jay Leno, and I said, Jay Leno? I guess he was in Fairly Odd Parents, but I don't consider him an actor.
Seinfeld's even more of an actor than Jay Leno.
Precisely. This is how we got to get both of these guys in like
Yeah.
an Uta Hagen class and see who's the better actor.
Yeah.
Who makes me feel the most?
Yeah.
Um,
Who can behave truthfully in imagined circumstances? I don't know if
that
that's
is,
Uta Hagen or someone else, but it's got to be someone.
I believe that is Uta Hagen. Well done.
Oh, nice.
And if it's not, all the acting all the five actors that listen to this are yelling at us, and I don't care. Did you have a a character crush growing up, like someone you were just obsessed with and wanted to be around?
Is it like someone I wanted to emulate or someone who I like crush in the more traditional sense of the term?
Let's do one of each.
Okay, Raven and Raven, Teen Titans. Should I stick to movies for the purposes of this podcast?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You made me laugh so
Should
hard.
I stick to movies for the purposes of this
No,
podcast? Okay.
absolutely. Also, I would say she's been in movies since then, but that's perfect. So good. What a lovely turnaround. Ugh. It's almost like you should tell jokes for
Hmm,
it. Yeah, crazy.
I'll consider it.
You'll consider it. Um so what animal would you like to ratatouille you into success in your chosen profession?
Well, my chosen profession is comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so therefore,
Mm-hmm.
a sloth.
A sloth. Expand,
Because those
please.
guys are hilarious.
Is this based off of Zootopia or just looking at them?
I haven't seen Zootopia.
Hell yeah. Never
I've just
do.
seen videos of sloths.
My concern would be
Okay.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum. I think it's a great
Uh-huh.
choice. The hat can
Uh-huh.
fit whatever animal goes under it. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big hat
Big hat, no cap.
with branches.
Mm-hmm. Sloths are, though, famously slow. Would you be worried that it wouldn't be able to react in time?
I tend to speed through my punchlines. I think it would be a valuable correction.
Excellent. That. All right. So I have a couple more here, and I think this one. What movie monster, and it can't be Dracula, it can't be like a vampire.
Okay.
What movie monster do you want to fuck?
First off, I need to just like think of movie monsters.
Take your time.
I think the big friendly one from Monsters Inc. Would be a thoughtful lover. He's an adult, right?
Yeah, he's a job. He's a 401k. Yeah, his name is
Okay.
Sully. He's played by John Goodman, and you're right. He would be
He's
gentle.
played by John Goodman. That's
Yes,
awesome.
he is. And he would be gentle and firm. I think I think that's a great choice. I think that's fantastic. Oh, well done. All right. And finally, as is the tradition for
Okay.
movie trivia, why is Austin Powers so sexy?
Confidence.
It's confidence.
Yeah.
That's all you need, baby.
You're not worried about him. You know. You don't feel like you're gonna have to take care of him. He's taking care of himself.
That's true. That is true. He's definitely taking care of himself. And I like how you said himself, not taking care of you. You're just like, we're both good.
Yeah. We're coming
Right.
at this as two fully formed people.
Yeah. That's great.
He'll keep his side of the road clear, you know.
So are you ready for the game?
Hit me.
Okay, so the random word we're going to be extrapolating a plot of a movie film
Okay.
is gain.
Are we gain?
Yeah, we're working together.
I was gonna say, are we worried about structure?
No, not at all. It's
okay.
What comes to your mind when the word gain is said to you, and then you're asked to think of a movie. Gain.
Gambling.
Gambling.
We're at a casino.
Okay, great. We're at a casino. All right, so it's game. We're at a casino, and I think that it's going to get foreclosed on. And it's a small town casino.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing putting this town in the middle of like rural Wyoming. It's the only thing they have.
Okay.
And it's getting foreclosed.
How did they fuck up the casino thing? Those things are made to make money.
That is true, famously.
I know some very public figures have fucked up the casino thing. Like, I know it happens. I just sort of don't understand the math of how it happens.
I think that the previous casinos, the owner of the casino dies. Then his kids get it. And they don't know what the hell they're doing. Because they never paid attention when Papa spoke. You know? It's like, again, we have to fit this somehow into the cinematic universe that is Succession. Yeah, otherwise, it's not a movie.
Yeah. That's what a movie is.
Has to be.
And gain is, obviously, there's the meaning of gain that's like within the games. Mm-hmm. There's got to be a meaning that has to do with the main plot line of this movie. Are they gaining, like, I mean, obviously they're going to gain family. We know that we have 3 brothers. It's about games.
Mm-hmm. It's about games.
They're estranged. They don't get along so much.
I got this.
Okay.
They're strange. They don't get along so much. They are having a hard time connecting after they sit Shiva. Mm-hmm. And after that, they're trying to connect.
Okay.
And then they all realize they all go to Equinox.
Okay, great.
To get those gains.
Yeah, they're making gains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the key where they can start
yeah,
to connect a bit.
because they were really going at each other, but then one of the brothers needed a spotter, and at the end of the day, their family, they're not going to let their brother get crushed.
That is true. Yes. I think there's got to be a moment where they are fighting and he needs a spotter and then he doesn't want to do it. And then he almost, like, the one brother almost dies.
Yeah,
And they go, okay,
and that's when they snap in. This is what it would feel like to lose you
okay. Exactly.
versus
Um,
to gain each other.
oh my God. It writes itself. It's so good. I would say jumping off to the end,
Uh-huh.
what do you think about this?
Okay.
They hybridize the casino with a gym somehow. They somehow, I don't know how, but they make it a gym slash casino.
Okay.
Um,
Um, they people are betting on the people at the gym. They're betting
hell,
on whether they're going to be able to like lift the 200.
I love that because I love this as a concept so much because so many people are like, oh, betting on the races is so immoral. It's just animals. But then we just take it and make it people, and they're like, oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, once there's consent.
Exactly. It's so okay. I love that a lot. Ugh, okay. So that's the basic. I think we have the basic plot structure here.
Okay.
Should, I think, dive in and get some specifics
Okay.
about like scenes and whatnot. And
Mhm.
maybe if you think of actors that fit all of these
Well, you've
characters.
established that they're Jewish.
Yes.
So Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, clearly. Adam Driver, clearly, and then Catherine
Yeah.
Hahn thrown in just for good measure.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Um yeah, I did mention that you can change that if you want. Everything is malleable here,
Mhm.
but I feel like we gotta cast a really likable actor to play the dad, and he's in like the first 5 minutes of the picture, and then immediately dies.
Well, I've been watching too much. I've been watching a lot of Righteous Gemstones, so this is a little uncreative. But you mentioned John Goodman.
Oh yeah,
I
that'd be
feel
great.
like, yeah,
I would say that's uncreative.
it's pretty much the same role that he has in Righteous Gemstones, the patriarch with three children who don't get along.
Oh, fair enough. I have seen maybe
The
one
patriarch
episode of that
holding it all
show.
together.
Yeah.
It's a great
Well,
show.
well, I've heard. I need to get on it. I love John Goodman. I love Johnny Goods. Um, I think it should be a sudden death. Unexpected, because I think all these three kids should never have expected to have to deal with this ever, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, oh, what if there's a fourth child
Okay.
that dies with
Rachel
it?
Brosnahan.
Yeah. Yes. Slam dunk. And she was set to inherit the casino.
Uh-huh.
And then they both die. And so these three kids, like, we like really have no idea
Oh,
what we're doing.
yeah, because the oldest child who had been shouldering all the responsibility, so the rest are like, cool, we can just take this family money and fuck around.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all the people they'd been counting on pass away.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's a very kind of, it ups the stakes really nicely, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. What should the accident be?
Well, this could be going too far off the rails, but what if it's not an accident? There's, let's say, some people who have it out for the casino's ownership. Maybe the casino cracked down on the wrong guy. They're going for John Goodman, but it's dark. They miss. They hit Rachel Brosnahan.
Oh,
Uh, and then after John Goodman like fights back but doesn't uh, dispose of them, they get him.
oh, that's brutal. That's an excellent opening scene too. It's like, what are we in for? Oh, that's so good. I like that as an element as well. It does like kind of muddy the waters, but in a really fun way of like how shall I say, like now these three people are in over their heads. It's not just like,
Yeah.
oh, how do we get this business to go together?
And when John Goodman fights back, he does enough damage that they still have it out for the family. So it's how do we get this business to go? And oh shit, we're under attack.
Yeah, I think that's very good. Ugh, well done. Ooh, ooh. I like that. I like the double cross there. And then I feel like it should be a true double cross. It should be someone who is then helping the three siblings try to set up the casino, and they're purposefully misleading them down the path to try and make the casino go under. So it's like a revenge
Giving
plot.
them bad advice.
Yes, giving them bad
Gotcha.
advice, telling them to maybe even like Iago style, lying to one to try and get the other person to act differently. Iago from Othello, not, and then I said this, not that one. But I like that idea. Who do we want to? I kind of, now that I said Iago, I kind of like this idea of Ewan McGregor, because he did play Iago on stage, and him going, well, I think you wanna. He's doing his American accent for some reason. Well, I think you really should do this. I mean, it seems like a really good idea to invest in this other part of the casino or whatever it is.
And it's personal. It's not just that he has interest tied to a rival casino. It's that he and John Goodman were very close when they were younger. And John Goodman stabbed him in the back to get ahead.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, I love it. And I think the whole time, Ewan McGregor is like, you guys and your stupid gym, I can't find you. I can't get a hold of you every time. And that's why they go, that leads to their moment of like, aha, fuck you. We will make this a gym and casino.
That, or it's a producer style thing where he thinks the worst idea for this casino is you guys love the gym so much, you don't know how to run a casino, but you know everything about the gym. What if you just combined it? And everyone loved it.
I love that. I love that so much. And I think the reason the success should happen is, as you know, more and more people from California, they're flying out to Wyoming because property's cheap and they want to be away from Hollywood. I think like a couple of really famous actors playing themselves go to the gym and they're like, I love it here.
And I love that. That's great. And like, one of them goes, are you Ewan McGregor? And Ewan McGregor's character goes, no.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's Scottish. I'm clearly American. My favorite thing about his American accent is how he hits that R. Oh, I like that so good. That's so good. I like this movie a lot. So what does Ewan McGregor do when they succeed?
Well, do they find him out?
I feel like they gotta, right?
Yeah, they got it.
They gotta find him out, and he's got to have some sort of comeuppance for murdering American hero John Goodman.
Yeah.
And
they find a photo. They're going through old picture albums to like decorate. They're like, this is a family casino equinox. We got to let people know that. Let's go through old photos and find pictures to put up of our family. And they're like, hey, this looks a lot like Iago.
The character's name
is Iago.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I like that. Do we want to complicate it even further and be like, this photo is from 1920 and he looks exactly the same. Both dad and he look exactly the same.
That's why he had to kill him. It's the only way to get rid of him.
It's the only way to get rid of him and go, yeah, the bullet was silver.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think I do kind of like that. I do like that. I think they should have made some sort of Faustian deal in their youth. you know, deal with Satan. And that's why this casino is so successful. And then John Goodman stabs Ewan McGregor in the back, literally. And Ewan McGregor dies and goes down to hell and somehow makes a bet with Satan himself that if he can get the
Okay.
casino back, he can be alive again.
Okay.
This is
So
kind of going off the rails.
He's in a liminal state the whole time that he's trying to get the casino.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if he can get the casino back, like if he can get revenge on the casino?
Yes. If he can get revenge on the casino, if he can stop the casino from being successful, because the deal they made is,
yeah,
I will give you my soul if this is the most successful casino in America.
Gotcha.
And so he's like, okay, if I can just do that, I will be able to be an actual human being again and go and see my daughter. Because he has a daughter too.
Great. Yeah.
So getting a little in the weeds here.
How so?
But I like it. I think it's really silly. I think Satan should be played by an AI version of Norm Macdonald.
Great.
Hey, what do you mean? Yeah, I don't know. But it sounds bad, and everyone hates that they did it.
Yeah. And his daughter is played by an AI Mitch Hedberg.
I like that a lot. Far better than the thing I said. What do you mean you lost the casino? That's okay. That's so good. All right. So how do they vanquish this specter from their lives? I mean, I guess the casino.
Well, it becomes the most popular casino in America.
Yeah, again.
And so Satan gets the soul back.
And I think as Satan's like, sorry, I gotta tell you, you gotta come with me now. McGregor goes, okay, fine. And then he turns and he sees through the crowd at the casino his daughter. And a single tear rolls down his cheek. And he goes into a door, and then you hear jackpot from a slot machine. And then the siblings, they're
roll
all
credits.
Yeah, they're all celebrating. Yeah, there you go. I think we have a great film with gain. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's really easy to understand.
Yeah, super straightforward, sort of streamlined plot.
Yeah, streamlined plot, classic 3-act structure, sure, of throwing in Satan in the third act as opposed to the first.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, where the Bible gets it wrong. He's in the first fucking book. You know, you got to save it for the last, anyway.
It's not going to get better than you've set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you can't start with the Prince of Darkness and then a flood, water. Are you kidding me? Anyway, do you have any other notes or scenes or notions about the film before we move on to perhaps a lightning round, if you're keen to do that?
Soundtrack by Jack Antonoff.
Here's the thing. Who is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Who is that?
He works with a lot of major pop stars and has his own band called Bleachers. He works with Taylor Swift. He works with Haim.
Hell yeah.
He's good buddies with Mike Birbiglia. He just seems like the kind of guy who just kind of does stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, who would just kind of do stuff?
That's great. That sounds ideal. Do you have someone that you think would be good for a director?
Greta Gerwig.
Hell yeah. It's like, Greta, we know, very man heavy, this one, but hear us out.
Yeah.
That's very good. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna say it again. Okay. I'm really happy with it. And I think you should be too. You know what? I'm proud of the work we did here today.
Yeah. It's going in my packet.
Yeah, you have Absolutely. All right. So the way lightning round works is we get the same word. We each do a quick
Okay.
pitch on the same word. Like for gain, I would
Okay.
do one, and then you would do one.
Okay.
Okay. Ideal. So I have a notion. If you want me to go first.
Mhm.
Okay. So ideal is about a robot that is designed to assist engineers when they get to blocks, and it's called L, and it's Idea L. There you go.
Mine was also sort of robot adjacent. I was thinking a woman, after having one too many relationships go astray, uh, uses this AI where you can create your dream man. But then she finds out that having everything that she's ever wanted was not what she really wanted.
Hmm. I like that a lot. Sustain.
Sustain.
Okay, I've. Oh boy. Okay. It is about a lawyer who is a hothead, and he's constantly getting in trouble with the judges locally. But he gets on a case that he knows for sure he's right about, that this person did not commit the crime because there was a suspicious stain, a sus stain, if
A
you will.
sustain.
Yes.
I was thinking sort of the musical route of Sustained, a group of friends who were very close in college because they were all in a band together and all in their sort of rebellious youth at the same time, try to make their friendship last into their early 30s.
Mm.
And it just, they become so far from the people that they once were that it's all hard to.
Oh, very sad, but
Yeah.
poignant.
Not as not as cute.
Yeah, no, no. I unfortunately I look at words and then I break them out down into parts and then I'm like, this?
Yeah, idea L.
Yeah. Let's go with Jet. Okay. Jet for me is about a young boy who dreams of being the best fry cook in town.
Mhm.
And he has this big dream for a small town, and he works his whole life to do it. And then when he finally goes to become a fry cook, there's an accident and he's missing a hand and he can't be a fry cook anymore. And he has to learn to live with that. Starring Anthony Hopkins. De-aged. But the character's name is Jet, and that's why it's called Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jet for me is about a guy played by Adam Sandler who drives sort of a tourist jet boat around sort of like vacation areas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in every, this is, I was just reading the synopsis of Just Go With It, which is why I said Adam Sandler, but it's a little
Mm-hmm.
too one to one.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm gonna say instead played by the adorable kid from No Hard Feelings because I think it would be fun to play against
Yes.
type. This
Andrew
guy,
Barth Feldman.
yeah, Andrew Bryce Feldman. He, drives this jet boat, and what he likes about the boat lifestyle is that at any point when things get too serious with someone, he can jet. He
Oh,
goes to the next tourist destination, he sets up shop, he starts a new relationship, he jets,
that's
and
so
that
good.
lifestyle starts to wear on.
That's so good. Do you want to do one more? Do you want to?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Let's try Foster.
Foster,
Foster is it stars Sutton Foster,
of course.
and it's about a woman she's from a small town, you see, but she's got a big dream about being she wants to open an ice cream parlor.
Uh-huh.
But she can't get the money to do it because it's the 1970s and it's the rural area of South Dakota and no one wants a woman owning a business. And then of course, who should help someone out in a tricky spot? in South Dakota, but Kevin Costner, he shows up and he's like, I'll give you the money. And then he's like, will you marry me? And she's like, no, I literally just wanted some money. You're a creep. And then he burns the ice cream parlor down, but she has insurance, so it all works out.
Nice.
Thanks.
A weird painting teacher played by Carol Kane has this sort of cult reputation as like a mentor icon. But she does this thing where all the students she takes on, she sort of manages to talk them into sort of living in her guest house. And she has this string of odd relationships where she becomes far too involved in these students' lives and like needs to live through them and ends up kind of needing to control them. And this follows a group of 3 students who come under her tutelage at the same time and need to learn to break free from that toxic relationship and forge their own artistic path.
Sounds great. A plus. A plus films, 2 thumbs, way up for all the films we've made here today.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want people who listen to this podcast to know about you?
I very occasionally host a podcast called My First Joke, which I think is good and people should listen to.
Okay. I will do that. And I will probably think it's good because I generally think the things that you do are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm speaking now to the listener. If you want to support this podcast, you can go to tristanmiller.substack.com or patreon.com/tristanjmiller, whichever you prefer. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of that, but you can figure out what's different about those 2 things. I'm starting a new podcast as of this recording. The first one hasn't come out yet, but it's a sleep podcast where I talk to people about their comfort movies, and that's only available in those 2 places. So please go check those out. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you for doing the podcast. I really appreciate
you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. This was really, really fun.